Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I want to believe that you guys, have rested very well over the weekend. I want to believe that you guys are doing really perfectly well. Okay, so still on the Ooni of Ife's palace stories that are coming out at this time, and this one will really interest a lot of you. And I want you guys to understand that when we bring some of this report to you, you guys, I know many a times you doubt the veracity of what we are saying, and that is why we keep saying a lot of these stories are alleged. They are within the realm of speculation, rumors, and stuff like that. But people still don't understand very well. Okay, but now what we are hearing at this time is that. Queen Naomi is set to begin 2 days spiritual seclusion as part of the traditional cleansing requirement for reintegration into the Ooni of Ife's palace. Okay, yeah. We've been bringing reports, for some time now about what that beautiful thing, that happened in Akure during the launching of Ojaja mega city, and the role that former President Obasanjo played, Reverend Esther Ajayi, and a lot of even the Deji of Akure. When we bring some of these reports, a lot of you will come here and say, okay, maybe we are some people will just say we are lying, and I think it is not fair because most of these stories we bring, if you look at them, if you want to really, take a deeper look at them, a lot of them they add up, they add up. Maybe sometimes we don't put it, you don't see them from the angle from the perspective we are coming from, but it doesn't make them to be lies. Okay, now look at this story that is coming out now. When we brought that report that there is this reunion that seems to have happened, a lot of you said no, there's nothing like that. Even when the pictures, the videos were out there for everyone to see, a lot of people still doubted it. Now look at this story that is coming up now. You see, this is a process. Okay, you guys are aware that for quite some time now, Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi have been having this back and forth issue, and it is very obvious that conjugal bliss and stuff like that might not be taking place the way we expected. And the reason why I think this 2 days spiritual seclusion, is necessary is that you see Ooni of Ife, by his capacity as a traditional ruler, not just of small caliber, as a traditional first class traditional ruler that he is, the spiritual leader of the Yorubas, it is expected that when as a wife, maybe you are estranged for a moment, or even if it's just for a day or two, and that separation gets to the point that you are out of the confines of the palace or the confines of the man's house. It is expected that if you are going to come back full time back to the palace or the man's home or the sheep's home or the urban's home, there has to be some form of spiritual cleansing. And now, let me even let you guys know that I come from the southern part of Nigeria, and I mean, in the place where I come from, even though I'm not a king, if I have a wife that peradventure we are separated, for some time, by the mere fact that we have become separated for a period of time, if for any reason we are going to come back together, in my village, in the community where I come from, that woman has to undergo this sort of seclusion, spiritual. They call it spiritual cleansing. It is mandatory for every young man that comes, from my place. It is the tradition. In fact, I even have a cousin that had some form of separation from the wife, and when it was time for them to be resettled, the woman, went through that process. So I don't think this is something new. So if me that is just, an ordinary mother, my cousin was just an ordinary person, if we have this in our village, in our community, not to talk of a man in the caliber of KBAC, okay? So that is why it is instructive that this is coming at this time. Like I told you guys, their settlement is something. It has been an ongoing process for quite some time. Sometimes we bring reports to you guys saying that the Deji has done this, the Yamifa has done this, even Paropo has done this. A lot of people have been, trying to intercede in this whole thing. It's not something that is happening today. It has been an ongoing process. But the beautiful thing is that as we do this report, we all saw the beautiful pictures that happened in Akure some few days ago. And what we are hearing now is that they have gotten to that stage where Queen Naomi has to now, formally undergo that 2 day spiritual cleansing, okay? And it's part of the traditional requirement, for proper and full-time reintegration into ooniofife's palace, okay? This is the custom and the tradition of Ile-Ife people. And it's a beautiful thing to see that this is even happening, because if this story we are hearing at this time is true, as I'm saying it now, if it is true, I want to say kudos to Ooni of Ife, kudos to Queen Naomi for both of them agreeing to, put aside their differences, their big ego, and finally try to make this reunion, come to pass. Because, if you look at the way that event happened that day, the fact that Queen Naomi came there, that should tell you the level of the effort that was put in for Obasanjo himself. You guys know former President Obasanjo is not a small person. For him to have come into this matter, I mean, that tells you the caliber of the effort that was put into that settlement. And Obasanjo is not someone that will call small Queen Naomi. Because she is small compared to Olusegun Obasanjo. So you don't expect that a whole Obasanjo will talk to Ooni of Ife or Queen Naomi and they will not listen. So I'm so happy that at least we are seeing gradual improvement. I think this, like I keep saying, is a process. Okay, now they've been seen together for the first time in a long while in public. They've been seen together in public. Let me tell you guys something. That appearance that happened that day did not come from nowhere. If there has not been proper briefing or proper understanding, both from the side of Queen Naomi and from the side of Ooni of Ife, that appearance will not happen. That thing that happened that day, you are just looking at it from the mere physical side. It goes beyond the physical thing that you guys saw that day. If you guys watched deeply, there was this deep connection that was going on and talking between Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi. Even when they were not talking, the eye contact alone, they were passing a lot of deep messages that we couldn't see with our mere eyes. Okay. So, but the thing is, I'm so happy that this news is coming out at this time, because what this is doing to me, this is showing to me that there's a confirmation that that reunion that a lot of people have spoken about, that even myself have reported about, is actually coming to pass. Because if that is not true, if that is not coming to pass, this announcement that we are hearing that Queen Naomi is said to undertake 2 days spiritual cleansing as a requirement for full integration into the palace will not happen. So, like I keep saying, if this very story now is true, then all Queen Naomi fans should jubilate. Like I keep saying, whatever decision Queen Naomi has taken for herself, as regards going back to the palace or not going back, like I keep saying, I'm always going to support her, because it is not good for a woman, not to talk of a young lady like that, to be alone. Okay? Especially where the Ooni of Ife is ready to make concessions here and there. And I want to believe that he must have, you know, made one or two concessions here and there for that public appearance to even take place. He must have done that. So I'm just so happy that this is happening at this time, because I want the best for Queen Naomi and Tadeni Kao. Okay? So, like I said, if this story is true, I think it gives us cause for jubilation at this time, because this is all I want to hear at this time. Up to when we hear that she has fully be restored back to her rightful position. Okay, so this is what we are hearing at this time. I feel we should bring it to your doorstep. So, what do you think about this story that is coming out? Okay, please kindly leave your comment in the comment section. I'm going to see you soon. Bye bye.